righty. Happy Thursday to everybody out there who liked that countdown timer that Omkar put in there for us. It's keeping us all on track, making sure that we start punctually and making sure that we give you, as the viewer, a visual so you see exactly when we're going to be starting. We'll do our absolute best to start right on time every day for you. We do value your time. So thank you for that one, Omkar. That was really good. Now he's putting us on the hot seat, though, just a little bit, right? So, like, as we sit here, we got to start, like, at the exact time. And we were getting pretty close. We were, like, 10, 20 seconds off each day, maybe at the most. But he's like, let's be right on. So here we are, bringing it right to you on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter live each day, specifically today for episode 664 of This and That on Acquisto Real Estate TV. It is just myself here today. I think you do see that. And we have two topics for you. The first one is going to be Zillow data. And I can't believe they publish all this stuff. We're going to give you an opportunity to take a deep dive within the data that they publish and where it is, how you can get in touch with it, and what you might be able to do with it. So it's a lot of data and a bunch of visuals. Maybe they help you out. So we'll show you that one first. And then the second one, it kind of has been blowing up in the, I guess, social media news recently as it relates to real estate. It would be, can iBuyers set prices? Do they have enough market control to be able to set prices in a particular area? And this kind of came about on a TikTok video that came up, and then Zillow and OfferPad and a couple other people started to kind of reply to it, and it was weird. There's a lot of engagement around this topic, and I bring it up because it's kind of a hot button social media topic right now as it relates to real estate. Not sure how I actually found that one, but I did, so I'm going to bring it to you guys so you can discuss it and you'll be a little bit more informed and ready for the weekend as it relates to real estate news. So those are the two topics for today. And I think we're ready to get started on this Thursday. Let's do it. Oh, hey, roll call. Hey, make sure you're here. Just like chat your name in and be like, yes, I'm present. That's one of the things we want every day, is to create this routine, this habit. As we have this countdown timer now, you'll know exactly how much time you have to finish up your social media stuff that you're following up with. And then just be like, done with it. Put it down, move away, separate yourself, get ready and focus, and let's spend a couple of minutes together. Thanks. Zillow data. We're going to take a deep dive into this, show you what it could be, show you how you as an agent might become a local neighborhood expert, show you how all this data is free. We're going to split the screen and show it off to you. We're going to dive in. We're going to show you all the things you can do with it, where you can find it, how you could access it, how the raw data is compiled and where that's all at. And then they have some visuals. So we're going to see some visuals as well. And knowledge is power. Data is power. So we're going to show that off here. So we're going to take this link and chat it in for you, and you'll have that at your fingertips so you can get in touch with it at any time whatsoever. Now, I don't really know why Zillow does this, but they have all this data and they publish it and they share it. So it's out there, right? And you can go ahead and see it. So this is basically a Zillow research data project, and then they release it. So what we have over here on the right is the housing data and the home values. And I'll allow Omkar to maybe click on some of the drop downs there and see the data types and see what we have. So we have all these different series of data that you can download under this one here. So it'll show you stuff related to single families and when they sold and what's going on, the geography type for the neighborhoods and whatever. So this is data that you could find from there, and then you can go ahead and download it. So you would have all of that stuff, and it downloads in a CSV file. That'll be in the bottom right-hand corner. And then you can go ahead and take and obtain this data and do something with it. So this has a bunch of information in here that you might gather some information from, right? So if you have people that are just total data nerds that are clients, or this is something you want to talk about with somebody, it's all here for you. Some of this data you may be able to access through MLS, right? But some of this you might not be able to. So what we'll do is show off the next item. We'll close that down. And then they have the home value forecast. So they have a whole bunch of things down here under their AVM or automated value model. And then they have seasonally adjusted data and whatever. And then they have months and past months and future months and whatever. Rental information is down here. Inventory is the next item underneath that. And you're just going to see a bunch of different stuff. Lists and sale prices of different properties. So you can pull that one up there and see the data types that go underneath it. And there'll be all types of stuff. Same with sales and price cuts. So you'll be able to click there. There's just a bunch of information within here. And you'll be able to see how many properties sold, where they were, what was going on. Just tons of data. So if you're into that type of thing, there it is. Now I'm going to grab the mouse for just a moment and direct us over here to visuals and allow us to see what we have here. So under visuals, Zillow has a whole bunch of other items here that they're pulling up. So if you like to look at data in its raw form, that's one way to do it. But if you like to look at it in visuals and see those things, then here it is. It's a bunch of charts, a bunch of graphs, and all types of items that they're publishing here. And maybe this helps you. Maybe it gives you something that you could share out there. Maybe it gives you something that you could repurpose, some different content that maybe you could say like, wow, this inspired me to create something specific on Design Pickle, and that you could go out and share. So they're publishing this data, and it's kind of really impressive how much is all here and what you could do with it. The possibilities are nearly endless. Once you kind of have the data, now you have some power and you could do some items with it. So kind of get creative, think about it, and take action, right? This could be part of your social media plan to find items here. So we're going to take this link in particular, Zillow.com/research/graphics. So take this link, we'll chat it in for you so you have it, and do a dive there, see if you find something. See if you could create something with your logo on it, and be cognizant of where you're getting the data. Make sure that you look at it, maybe validate some of the different things, because if you're putting it out there, you want to make sure you're doing a good job with representing true facts. So there you go. Zillow, actually thank you for the data. I appreciate it. Great research points, good items to share on social media, good things to be able to repurpose. Agents, there's a lot there. Go ahead and dig in. Normally, I'm not a huge fan of Zillow. Actually, okay, this might be the only time that I actually am that I can remember. So there it is. Zillow, data, research, brought to you. Let's get out of here. Can iBuyers set the price in the market? Do they have enough control with the homes they're purchasing that if new ones come on the market and they buy it for an increased price, that all of a sudden all of these other ones that they had recently purchased, that they could make some money on it? Can they get together and collude? Do they have so much power that that's the facts? So we're going to kind of discuss that more right now. I do have an article to reference here. I do want to show how this kind of went down on social media, show how TikTok inspired this here in particular. And this is an article that was brought to us on Inman. So as we take a look at this and bring it up, we will give you this link and chat that in for you so you have it handy and you can do some research on this one here. But down below is some random dude. And what he did is he's a realtor and he put in a TikTok video that got a lot of traction apparently, and it got so much attention that Redfin and Zillow and OfferPad and the CEOs of these different companies were responding to this video in particular on their practices and what they do. So it's really unique to get such traction, but they did, and that's why we're bringing it up to you. So in this video, what this gentleman suggests here, if we take a pause for a quick moment there, right there, perfect, that he says that Zillow has, that this unnamed company, but I believe he's referring to one of these huge iBuyers that I just previously mentioned, that if they go out and buy up a bunch of homes in a neighborhood for a set price, and then all of a sudden go out and purchase one additional property at a higher price, then they have now created new comparables in that market for this new higher price. So he gives an example of going in and buying 30 homes in the neighborhood for the same exact price of $300,000. Then he says if they go in and buy one property and overpay for one of them and pay $340,000 for that same home. Now this price they overpaid here for the $40,000. Now he believes that in this supply and demand issue, that he points out that he believes that they'll now make $40,000 additional on each of these other properties because they now have a new comparable. So I'm not sure that they necessarily own 30 or 31 homes in particular in any specific market, buy them all for the same price, and would potentially overpay for one property in particular. Now, could they? I suppose so. There's a lot of devious plans that could be out there for them to do it, but the CEOs get out there and respond and discuss some things about this, and they kind of say like, we don't concentrate all in that same exact place, and that's not like really our policy, and whatever that would happen to be. But I bring this article to you so you can maybe watch it, so you can see the power of putting something out there that's maybe controversial, or maybe that's newsworthy to report on, that you get a lot of traction. So this was just something that this guy posted here. Maybe a bunch of people will be talking about it over the weekend, and we have something additional for you to talk about. The other day on our weekly workshops, Logan pointed out that he always likes to have something new and unique to talk about. And it just kind of gets back to real estate. So maybe this is one of those items here in particular that you kind of have in your back pocket and you pull out and you're like, hey, did you see this? And it's not you specifically as an agent saying, would you like to buy or sell a home today? But rather what it is you pulling something out of your repertoire to discuss something that's real estate related. Once you've done that and had that conversation, then as it comes up and they dive in deeper and they say, you know what, I was considering, or my friend Joni was, whatever those things happen to be. Now you're starting to have a substantive conversation about real estate, and you went around and didn't say, would you like to buy or sell a home today? I'm a realtor. My name's Mike, right? And like whatever that is. So just trying to provide additional learning opportunities, additional things for you to share if this is important to you. Maybe watch the video real quick. I don't have an account, so I don't watch those types of things, but this would be interesting. So you can get some more details there. You can click on each of those links within this article and see exactly what's going on here. So we're just reporting to you. You're deciding, but now you have some additional things to share. Thank you for joining me. We're done. Today's real estate word of the day is loan. A loan is a summary of borrowed money or principal that is generally repaid with interest, or principal and interest. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. There's all different types of loans, lots of them. In fact, we cover a bunch of them here on Real Estate Word of the Day, going through each different type of loan. But this in particular is just the word loan, super generic, and we're done with it. Getting us out of here on time with two topics covered today, referring back to Zillow and the data that they have and how they put it out there, and the research and the visuals and the straight data and CSV files. Who doesn't love themselves a good CSV file? Raise your hand if you're like, Mike, CSV gets me going. So if it does, then I'm not sure exactly who you are. I don't think any one of you guys is going to raise your hand. But if you do, now you have another place to get a good CSV file. And iBuyers, can they set the market price? I don't really think so, but they are kind of coming back. In general, they are right now at 1% of the national market that they are buying and selling, 1% of the total volume. So it's one of those things that, early on within the virus, it went like way down, and now they're coming back up here a little bit, and their total number is at 1% of the total market is what my most recent data showed me. So if we just talk about it 1% of the time, then we'll give it its actual due. So I'm not due to talk about this one for at least another 100 days. Covered. Done. See ya. Ready?